Hi, thanks for taking a look at TP1 Tribute Time, the kickoff adventure for the series within Dimgaard, Tyranny in Purple. And the series gets its name because we have the Tofarian Empire, and for reference, that's this area right up here with the big red border. It's some sort of an expansive empire that goes off the board, right? Hundreds and hundreds of miles across that barrier mountain range. And within the Tofarian Empire, purple is the royal color. That's based upon history. That was for many monarchs, purple was a royal color throughout history. And the Tofarian Empire accepts that and has adopted that trope of history, if you will. But the Tofarian Empire is a thoroughly evil empire. It is modeled after primarily the Mongolian Golden Horde, with elements of feudal of Shogun Japan and Nazi Germany. So really rough stuff there. And so what you have in the Tofarian Empire is you have a minority population of Tofarians, but they control a much larger population through terror and manipulation. And one of the things they do is, if one of their vassal states is looking particularly strong, look like it could emerge as a rival in some way, either militarily, which would be really hard, but maybe politically or territorially or trade-wise, they impose. So every year there is a tribute that the vassal states have to contribute to the empire, and if the Tofarians have identified a particular state as a threat, they will impose an additional levy, special levy. And they will usually make up some sort of an excuse as to why they need it. They've discovered some new minerals that need to be mined, or whatever. So that's what's happening here. So we begin, typically almost all the Dimgaard campaigns have begun way to the south in the Alshan region, but here we are beginning up there in that Tofarian border region in a little village called Chogno. It's a Toulon village. Toulon is one of the human variants in Dimgaard, and Chogno has been doing well, and as a consequence, they've been hit with an unexpected increase in their annual levy. Now, all tributes every year have a slave quota, but most of the territorial states, of the vassal states, manage to meet their slave quota by patrolling their highways and looking for unwary travelers or vagrants. Maybe even they have some undesirable elements within their own community, and the slave tribute is a convenient way to eradicate those. So the slave tribute is not without its purposes for the vassal states. By getting rid of those difficult influences, the vassal state can better manage their own population. But when it's part of a special levy and it comes unexpected, that means it's going to cut deep, right? And instead of just the vagrants and passersby and undesirables, you're going to have to start cutting into the loved ones and the members of the town or earldom or barony that have close ties and are generally viewed well. So that's what happens. And the heroes, the PCs, they show up in Chogno just at the cusp of this. It's the day before the tribute is due. And so that launches the action, and you have things happen. It's like, oh, here's some unexpected people without ties in the community. We can get back some of our sons or husbands, our daughters or wives, if we can capture these guys and substitute them into the special levy. And so that is the conflict that evolves there. Is the PCs, the town and community sees the PCs as a substitute for their loved ones who are tagged to be part of the tribute. That's why it's titled Tribute Time. And of course the PCs resist that. And and fun ensues. Yeah, this evolves into a broad revolution. Just a spoiler alert. That in the end, the idea is that we may overthrow or do something about the underlying nature of the Tofarian Empire. Now, as always, I have the first couple of episodes outlined, and then I have what I expect to be the climactic couple of episodes outlined. And I try to steer the campaign to get there, and so far I have been successful in that. But you never know about players. They may have different ideas. This campaign opens up the Dimgaard equivalent of the Underdark, and we'll see what happens there. Right, so all sorts of good things can happen. So that's where we're at. Thanks for taking a look. This is Pay What You Want. If you find it to be something of value, it's always nice to get that validation that someone is actually willing to put a little bit of cash behind it. So that would be appreciated. And if you really enjoy it, there's an entire Dimgaard series. We've run Kickstarters almost every month with an entire volume of that month's adventures, the ones that we've prepared and run ourselves, and then we edit those and submit them for publication, and there you go. There's also a Patreon that you can participate in, and I think there are links to both of those inside the first page of the adventure. So thanks a lot for considering Dimgaard, and I hope you enjoyed as much as we've enjoyed preparing it.